Mate, we need to talk. And not the quiet chat over beer kinda talk. We are talking full-blown, hair on fire. What the hell is happening, kinda talk. Because if you haven't noticed, Australia's turning into a bloody economic nightmare. And guess what? Our fearless leader, Anthony Albanese, is too busy blaming Putin, Trump, and probably the Tooth Fairy to actually do anything about it. So before we dive into this absolute circus, do us a solid, smash that like button, hit subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment below telling us how badly you're getting shafted by this government. And hey, if you're sick of their crap, check out our Albo Says Relax t-shirts, only $23 for the next 48 hours. Link in the description. Right. Let's get into it. 4 months. No, years. Labor's been gaslighting us, telling us the cost of living crisis is out of their hands. It's global. It's Putin's fault. It's Ukraine. It's climate change. It's that damn seagull that stole my hot chips last week. Anything but taking responsibility. Meanwhile, power prices have shot up by 32%, gas by 34%, and mortgage repayments? Well, if you were paying off your house under the coalition, congratulations. You're now forking out an extra $50,000 over this term of government. That's after tax, mate. That's money you don't get to spend on your kids, your groceries, or that holiday you'll never take because you're too busy trying to keep the lights on. And what's Albanese's plan? Oh, that's right. He's got no bloody clue. Instead of fixing the problem, they are chucking money at useless policies, making empty promises, and hoping we are too stupid to notice. Meanwhile, every dollar they spend is either borrowed or sucked straight from your wallet through more taxes. That's right, you're paying for their incompetence. Let's talk about Chris Bowen, the bloke steering Australia's energy policy straight into the abyss. His grand plan? 100% renewables. You know, the kind of plan that sounds great at a vegan cafe in Byron Bay but falls apart when real Aussies need to charge their phones or keep their fridges running. Because here's the truth no one in government wants to say out loud. Renewables can't keep up. Solar's useless when it's cloudy. Wind doesn't blow on demand. And storage? Our battery tech is about as reliable as an Aldi shopping trolley. So what's the end result? You pay more. Power bills keep climbing, businesses cop the extra costs, and before you know it, everything from milk to bloody toilet paper costs twice what it should. But hey, at least the government gets to pat itself on the back for being green. Meanwhile, Peter Dutton and the coalition are talking nuclear energy. You know, the same clean, reliable power that France and Canada have been using for decades without their economies collapsing. But nah, apparently that's too dangerous for Australia. Even though we literally mine the stuff. Makes sense, right? Yeah. About as much sense as putting a vegan in charge of a butcher shop. Now, if you think all this is bad, wait till you hear what's coming next. Labor's budget is basically one big band-aid on a gaping wound. They'll hand out some cost-of-living relief that barely covers a week's worth of groceries, pat themselves on the back, and expect you to be grateful. Meanwhile, inflation keeps spiraling out of control because they are spending money like a drunk bloke at the pub who just found out he won $50 on the pokies. And let's not forget their solution to the housing crisis. Aussies are being priced out of their own country, but instead of fixing supply issues, Labor's making it easier for foreign investors to snatch up properties while actual Australians can't even afford rent. Think about that. You work your ass off. You pay your taxes. And what do you get? Higher interest rates, skyrocketing home prices, and a government that cares more about their mates in big business than the bloke who just wants a fair go. This isn't just incompetence, it's economic sabotage. Election time's coming, and you can bet your last $10 that Albanese and his mates will roll out all the usual tricks. They'll promise the world, pretend they've heard you, and hope you forget just how much they've screwed you over these last 3 years. But you don't have to buy the bullshit. Peter Dutton and the coalition have already made it clear. Their plan is to stop the reckless spending, bring power prices down, and actually do something about inflation instead of pretending it's some mystical force beyond human control. And before some Labour diehard jumps in the comments screeching "But Scott Morrison," let's get one thing straight. Whatever mistakes the last government made, they never let the country turn into this. So, where does that leave us? Are we just gonna sit back and take it? Or are we finally gonna send a message that we've had enough? Because at the end of the day, this isn't just about politics. This is about your future, your family's future, and whether or not we let a bunch of clueless bureaucrats run this country into the ground while we struggle just to make ends meet. So, if you're done with the lies, the excuses, and the absolute circus that's become our government, make some noise. Smash that like button, subscribe, and let us know in the comments, how badly has Labor's cost of living crisis hit you? And if you want to wear your frustration on your sleeve, check out our Albo Says Relax shirts. Only $23, but only for the next 48 hours. Links in the description. Australia deserves better. And come election time, we better bloody well demand it.